playing my Nintendo. This is the best, nicest thing here forever. I love Mario. Nintendo's great. I love playing this. I can play this for hours and hours without stopping. I miss my mom.
Hey kid.
Wait, me?
Yeah, you. You like that Nintendo Entertainment System where Mario, Zelda, and Metroid? Did you know that they all stink? Yeah, they're all bad.
What?
Yeah, they're just 8-bit games. Why not play something with 16 bits like the all-new Sega Genesis?
No thanks.
No, but
No thanks,
it's 16 bits. It has a new game, Sonic the Hedgehog. No, shut up. Here, take this controller, play with Sonic.
Fine, I'll start playing this. Let's see how better this is Nintendo. Whoa, Sonic's running so fast. This game is so cool. Oh my god, I'm gonna play this forever. I'm just gonna play Nintendo.
Yeah, Sega Genesis, the ultimate gaming machine. Side effects may include that your house may blow up.
What?
Go buy the new Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog free!
Hello and welcome to the Fun Kids Rocking the Lead. This is Elijah and welcome to Game Corner. This is the part of the show where we talk about all things video game related. With that, why don't we talk about one of my favorite video game characters of all time, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog, one of my most favorite gaming characters ever. His fast-paced and cool attitude holds him in the high regard for me. As a dedicated fan of the Sonic series, I never played that much of him. I mean, sure, I played Sonic Colors in preschool, and I have beaten and enjoyed Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric in elementary school. That was before I had any taste. And in middle school, that's where my gaming fever kicked in, and that's when I wanted to know everything about video games. Back then, Sonic was always at the top of my list, and nowadays,
He's still on the top.
sporting merchandise, comics, TV shows, and movies, I've always been there for him. So why not take a look back at his history and evaluate what made him so popular? It's the 80s. Nintendo was king in the video game market, and then there was Sega. Back in the 80s, Sega wasn't making as big of a forest fire as they wanted with their console, the Master System, and their then mascot, Alex Kidd. When the 80s were coming to an end, Sega decided to release the Sega Genesis in 1988. Their next strategy was to make a new mascot to rival Nintendo's Mario. So if you want to take the throne, you gotta take down the king. A couple of scrapped concepts were an armadillo, a rabbit, and a Teddy Roosevelt guy with a mustache and pajamas. The concepts were later used for characters in the series for later games, which one being the series antagonist. Further down the line, it was between a hedgehog and an armadillo, and ultimately, they went with the hedgehog from designer Naoto Oshima, so you can use the concept of rolling into a ball to gain speed and attack enemies from programmer Yuji Naka. Oh my god, I did that in one breath. With shoes like Michael Jackson and Santa Claus, a can-do attitude like Bill Clinton, colored blue like the Sega logo, Mr. Needlemouth was born. Yeah, they toyed around with a bunch of names, but ultimately ending up on Sonic, because it just makes sense. I mean, look, he's Sonic. A couple of scrapped ideas was for Sonic to be in a rock band and to have a human girlfriend, which all made their way to future Sonic projects. Even that one. I think. Sonic the Hedgehog was released on June 23rd, 1991. To ensure that this game doesn't flop, Sega's next tactic was to make everyone who wanted a Genesis to have Sonic. So what did they do? They bundled Sonic 1 with every console and gave it a price drop. And the result? Wait, I bet you didn't know this, but the Japanese and American version of Sonic look different. They look the same, but they're not. Keep in mind, Sonic was doing very well before the initial bundle and price drop, and now it was like a required law. You had a Sega Genesis, you had Sonic. If you didn't, you would be known as a loser in school. A fate worse than death. And now, a little background with me and Sonic 1. I never got to play the original cartridge, I got to play the Christian Whitehead one on my first iPhone. So when I downloaded that, I played it, but gave up after Spring Yard Zone. I also got Sonic 2, but gave up on Act 2 of Emerald Hill Zone. So I know what I'm getting into, okay? Anyway, let's evaluate. And no, we're not playing the Christian Whitehead port, which is a well-polished and well-do port of the game. And no, we're not playing any of the handhelds like the 3DS or especially not the GBA. We'll be playing it on the Genesis Mini with its 3-button glory. You're not playing Sonic without the original 3 buttons. Fight me on that. Sonic the Hedgehog, you play as Sonic as he runs and jumps through 3 levels or acts in 6 worlds or zones to free your woodland friends from turning into badniks from the evil Dr. Robotnik / Eggman / Diversity is Weird. You move left to right with the directional pad and jump with either the A, B, or C button. So go to town whatever you press.
Okay.
When you walk forward, Sonic doesn't immediately walk, he immediately runs, which was what he was aiming to do. Most platformers at the time, like Mario, you have a button to hold to run. In Sonic, when you jump, you roll into a ball, and you could also attack enemies in your ball form, which is the only way you could do that. There aren't that many power-ups in the game, but there are these monitors. If you bust one up, you get rings, a shield for an extra hit point, and invincibility sparkles for a limited amount of time or if you fall down a pit. Also got some springs and rings. Springs will make you jump high and go faster with each level. And rings serve as your health bar. You get hit with rings, you lose all your rings. You get hit without rings, you cry and be depressed for the rest of the time. The game starts you at the first level Green Hill Zone. One of, if not the most memorable and recognizable levels in video game history. It is a perfect beginner's level to get the hang of the controls, and enough speed and platforming to make it a fun experience. Hold it right there, normie. Holding right and going fast ain't gonna get you a win. You have to do some platforming if you want to succeed, you bag of marbles. Visuals in this game really push on what the Genesis can handle. The color in the scene pop, and there's details in the background that I didn't even know about. It makes most of this level enjoyable than the rest of the game. Next up is Marble Zone, and I don't like it. It's just so slow, and you have to wait on this brick, the spiked chandelier to fall down, and these flames. Oh, these flames! Next is Spring Yard Zone, and it's a nice reward after Marble Zone. Enough places to roll and have a ton of springs. Maybe too much. Labyrinth Zone is next, and let's welcome back negativity and anxiety to the stage. I don't like it. This level sucks! It's one of the most infamous water levels in gaming. And it still sucks. It would be better if you could swim like in most games. Here, it's just a slower version of the game. Another problem I have is breathing. You're given 5 seconds to find one of these air pockets that you can suck on the bubbles for air. And the countdown is one of the most scariest things in this game. Like, I think about this countdown every time I'm near water, even in the shower. Next is Starlight Zone, which is nice rehab from Labyrinth, but it doesn't mean it's not easy. Next is Scrap Brain Zone, and it's difficult. I mean, difficult. I mean, it's better than Labyrinth Zone, except for... Wait, no. Oh my god! Oh wait, there's a cheat to skip the whole level. We're almost done. Final zone, which ends as the boss battle in the game. Most boss battles aren't that difficult. All you gotta do is propel your body onto Eggman and you're golden. And in this stage, we don't have any rings. So if you screw about in the wrong way, you're screwed. In Acts 1 and 2 of each zone, if you hold 50 or more rings to the end, you can get a chance to hop into one of these giant rings to do a special stage and nab a Chaos Emerald. In Sonic 2, if you collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you get to turn into Super Sonic. Here, they're just 6, and collecting them only gets you the good ending of the game. If you're anything like me, you would use debug mode to get the emeralds and get through most of the difficult parts of the game. The game is hard, but most of the time, it's unfair and brutal. Like the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis is mostly a trial and error game, similar to most 8-bit games on the NES, meaning that there are no saves and no passwords, so you're expected to beat this in one go. Use a level select code in the title screen, but still, that's cheating. And Mama didn't raise no cheater. You roughly beat Sonic estimatedly about 2 hours on your first playthrough, but 30 minutes after like the 5th or 10th, meaning that the game is kind of short. Keep in mind that the Genesis at the time was competing with 8-bit games on the NES. Visuals in the game are as standard as a platformer in the 90s, meaning good back in the day, okay nowadays, along with the soundtrack. Speaking of which, the soundtrack is one of the most notable and recognizable tunes in video game history. I can see myself humming to Spring Yard Zone every time, even when I'm not awake. Even though Sonic 1 does some stupid things, I mean, Sonic 1 kinda owes a amount of his success to Green Yard Zone. Wait, Green Yard Zone? Green Hill Zone, my fault. Sorry, I got the lines mixed up. But yeah, Sonic kinda owes his popularity to Green Hill Zone. Enough places to build speed, not too difficult platforming, and a bunch of colors and details. Sonic wouldn't have been where he is today without this level. With Sonic 2, it's a much better game and builds upon what Sonic 1 established. Even though that Sonic 1 has unfair platforming segments and special stages, limited movesets, and expectations to finish the game in one go, I still like it. It's a good platformer, but not a good first Sonic game.
One has some flaws, but it gets better through time, except for forest fires, which is something I forgot to put out. So remember kids, don't start a forest fire for Joe's, and don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, in this Elite, we have fun.